Yep, we are recording this session, and your being here will indicate the consent for the recording. Something a message must have popped your screen, and please let us know if you don't want to be recorded. Closed captions are available. There is the CC button below in the menu bar. If you don't find it, please let me know. There are multiple languages available. If you have any technical issues, you can personally chat with me or email me at asta.subedi@inapps.info. And to reduce the background noise, please mute yourself. We will be muting everybody, and please mute yourself if you are not talking. And there are a lot of interactive features in the Zoom menu bar. Please make sure you use them, ask a lot of questions, make the session very interactive. Our Nafisa is a very wonderful host. We have had like record-breaking registrations and participations every time she is here. Even though we rescheduled the webinar, we're so sorry about that. We still have like massive number of participants joining in. So make sure you utilize this this platform and our very valuable resource, Nafisa. And questions and comments can also be submitted anytime in the chat box or at the designated time. So yeah, that's from my end. I would like to now hand it over to Nafisa to take this forward. Please feel free to introduce yourself and maybe connect with each other, because we also believe in having this global network of researchers with us. So share your research interest in the chat box and start making friends and academic buddies. Yeah, over to you, Nafisa.
Thank you very much, Atha, for this nice introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome again for our second session. And we have covered multiple tools in the first sessions. We mainly focused on the literature review and how to perform research topics, find research topics, research questions, literature review. And in this session, we will mainly focus on writing. I will try to cover a bit about literature review using ResearchPal as one of the tools, and then we move on how to write using AI tools. Let me just share my screen, and I would like you to confirm to me if you can see my screen. So. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. All right, in this session, as I mentioned, we have some outlines. We will start with, we will talk about types of writings, and I won't focus much on like types of writings in form of, because in form of research studies or type of studies, because each one has its own way of writing, own way of structure. And also it depends on the general structure you will write, but it's still there is common way of writing for all types of writing. Then we will move on for ResearchPal. We will also know how we can use ResearchPal, KaiSquares. We will use it in how to create proposal, research proposal, and then we will cover Paperpal, also chat with PDF, and then there are other tools I will mention to you. Then you can use them. So let's start with types of writing. Okay, I'm sure every one of you has different type of writing, and at the end of the day, you select the type of writing that really suits you and you feel comfortable with. One of the type of writing that I really like, it's called free writing. I'm not sure if some of you or any one of you heard about free writing, but free writing is where you just take a piece of paper or you start writing in notes, take like your notes, either these notes in your phone or in your laptop or book note, whichever, and then set a timer. And this timer could be using a specific mood. It could be like Pomodoro, for example, for 20 minutes, or you can select the time that you want. For example, 15 minutes, 50 minutes. It depends on the time that you want. You have to lock yourself in that time, in a place where you won't talk, you won't interrupt yourself, you won't talk to anybody, you just write. You just write what is in your head. You type it there, no matter what it is. Like it can be related to your research. It doesn't matter to be related to your research. It could be related to your life. So this kind of writing, it could be also related to journaling. If you're kind of people who write journaling or write every day about your life, what is going on your day? What did you get from your day? What is the negative part? What is the positive part? Also, like, what is the code that you get from this day? What you learned from this day? Also, it can help you. So if you are writing every day, like for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or even just 15 minutes, this can help you even more in scientific writing. We know that scientific writing is different from normal writing, but yeah, this way of writing is much, much, much better. It improves your skills. And then we move like to other type of writing. I will just stop sharing here and just show you. I think I have mentioned that in the previous session, but I will try just quickly to show you how can we use Word. I hope I'm opening the file. Yes. I'm just gonna share with you like just normal because I was speaking here, so just never mind. It's just empty Word file. In Word file, there is an option, it's called Dictate. Maybe some of you heard about it, but if you don't hear about it, Dictate, what is the benefit of Dictate? Dictate, if, for example, there are a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, a lot of things in your mind, and you feel like chaos. You don't know like how to, and you want to speak rather than typing it. So you can just press on it. I'm not sure if this will work because I'm using the microphone for Zoom. I'm not sure if it can also work for Word, but I will try that. So I'm gonna show you how. For example, now I started, and while I'm speaking, it's just directly type what I'm doing or what I'm saying, no matter what I'm saying is, if it's related to my life, if it's related to my research, whichever. Let's say that I'm talking about my paper, and I'm just in my mind that, oh, the objective of my paper, it sounds just confused for me and I don't know exactly what should I do about it. Should I use AI tool that can help me about it to brainstorm more, or should I read more papers? What could these papers can help me in this research paper or research idea that I have it, or what like literature review that can cover these things? Would it really relate it to my or not? And then you keep speaking and speaking and speaking. The more you speak, the more it keep typing. But when you end speaking from this way, you will end up with text that it could be a bit not organized. It could be like something that maybe is not structured well. You don't know exactly what is related to. And after you finish all of this, at least you will clear your mind. And after you clear your mind, you won't like have that messy in your mind. And then you feel just relieved. You want to stop there, you can directly, like after you stop, come back to read what you already have wrote or what you have. I'm going to stop it here. So this is what came, like what I already speak while I'm talking to you here, and it already has been typed. To help me to like to structure this text, which is could be really, it's not something, it's just messy. I can just copy paste it. I'm going to stop sharing again. I'm going to share my screen here. And this time I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me structure what I'm saying. Just a sec, because I hope like I'm opening it here. Okay. Okay, this is ChatGPT, and I'm going to type here. I will ask ChatGPT as follow. Here is the text. Sorry, it's still like it will be difficult to be corrected, but that I wrote, it's a bit messy, let's say. You will act. You will give a prompt to ChatGPT to help you. What do you want exactly? So you can say that you will act as like expert in writing, something like that. I would like you to not editing to structure this text, check the grammar, and outline it. You can say outline it in themes, something like that, or topics. And then you can say here is the text. And after that, you just copy paste your text, and you can ask ChatGPT at the end that before you start providing or text, you can ask me any question. So basically, you can yeah, like, because it's just something random, and generally you can make a reasoning because it will just keep critique analyzing what's already there. And also when you give ChatGPT act like something, it will take that in consideration, more professional, and it will act like that. And if you also add a question at the end in the prompt, like ask me any question related, if there's a bit confusion, something that is not clear, ChatGPT will ask you questions that could also brainstorm your ideas, and then let's see what will give us. So this as one of the starting that you can start of one of the things that you can start with. I'm not saying that something that professional related to your research. It could be specifically if you sometimes, for example, you go to your supervisor or you discussed in the discussion, still you have a lot of things in your mind. You can start by that, and then you can give it to ChatGPT to structure it. It is yours. It is not generated by AI. It can be structured. Again, you can read it and then see what's going on. Okay. Let's see here what it gave us. Reasoned about text structure and clarity for 13 seconds. Before I provide the text, you can see here, I need to clarify a few points. Do you want the output as structure outline with section headings and bullet points, or as fully revised continuous text that incorporates clear academic section? Should I retain your original tone or adjust it to more formal academic register while maintaining your ideas? You see, still what is saying that should I retain your original tone? So the same tone that I'm using, do you think the same tone that I already gave it to ChatGPT was well academic or something that's really good writing? We can say, I cannot say because it was a bit messy. So it depends on you, what you want from ChatGPT. And then again, at the end, is there a specific audience or purpose for this text that I should consider during this structure? These questions will brainstorm your mind, and it will give you clarity what you want exactly. Let's say that I'm going to say, oh, okay, well, I didn't think really that targeting a specific audience about this, but your text, it could be. So in this case, what I just want outlines. In this case, do you want output as structure, section, or heading bullet point as fully revised? I can just copy paste this, and then I say that, yes. Please always add please to your text. Also, it will just gives kind of, I don't know, it's not, it's politely, and it will take that more in consideration rather than writing randomly. Do you want, yes, like, let's say, I want the output structure online with sections, headings, and bullet points, and then, or as a fully revised continuous text that incorporate the academic section. I think it's better as this format. And then we click on it. And let's see what could be the revised version that ChatGPT could give us. Because I clicked on reasoning, it just, because reasoning, I don't know if you are that updated about what's going on in ChatGPT. This function has been added after DeepSeek has been released, and it gives critical analysis to what you provide, and then it provides you the feedback. Here we go. That what it gave me good structure, introduction, and then it showed me that this paper examined the practice of direct transcription from speech to text. When you speak, you capture thought related to your personal experience of research. This method record your ideas, blah, 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 transcription of process. You engage in continuous speak while your words are transcribed, blah, blah, blah. And then cognitive implication. This process helps you to clear your mind. And that's what I already mentioned. And then it gives you review and refinement. After the transcription, you review a text that may initially appear and until the end. So this one of the method that you also can take it in consideration, or just you follow it whenever you want. This is not just in Word. Even if you are taking your phone, you can also do that in, I think, in Google Doc, using your phone. If you are outside, you don't want to use your laptop, still you can use this method. Let's go again to our PPT and continue. All right. Okay, we will start about this will be more practical. I'm not going to talk that much on the theoretical part. We will practice these things. So what ResearchPal do, actually, it has something called semantic search. And we talked about semantic search before. What's the difference between general search? So ResearchPal goes beyond the traditional keyword searching, which is in Google search, the normal one. Because as I showed you previously, that in Google search, when you provide a specific topic, Google will just or Google Scholar will just detect your keywords, and it will search the all data that they have it in the web, and then it will provide everything related to that keywords, and then it will highlight the keywords that you provided. While ResearchPal and other tools that mainly have been provided for literature search, it will go deeper than that, and it will link you or integrate your topic to research and papers that well related to your. And then it analyzes the relationship between words and blah, blah, blah. And then the semantics search also will retrieve the paper discussing various aspects of social media. Like here, we will use this, sorry, I didn't mention this. We'll use this example, and that's what I'm expecting that what it will provide for us when we come to the practical part. KaiSquare AI, I'm not saying that AI, but KaiSquare is a platform, and I consider it a software. We talked previously about how to create research questions and objectives in KaiSquare, but KaiSquare also, it has AI toolkit, and this AI toolkit, it can help you creating the research questions, objectives, and also consent, cover letter. And one of the things, it also help you create a proposal. And this proposal is not just normal proposal that if you are students or something like that, you want to propose it to your, let's say, to your department, but still it can be, you can be a PI in this proposal, and you can submit this proposal to get a grant, for example. So you need some input while writing this, or just asking KaiSquare to create the proposal. You have to provide the research topic and the research idea. Even though like the research topic, it can be the same as research idea, you don't need to give more details. And then you have to provide the authors and their experience. And these authors, you must add the PI, like principal investigator. If you don't add the principal investigator, it won't go. It will just every time warning you that no, you have to add it. And then it will use the information that you provided and research idea and then research objective, that even if like just research title or research question, and then it will create it in details. Then it will craft everything from the beginning. Background, it will give you overview, it will give you research questions, research objectives. In these research objectives, it will give you a method of each research question. It will give you like 3 research questions with objectives, and then methods of each question that it will provide. It will give you the budget. We will see that further. Then we will move on to Paperpal, and Paperpal, one of the tools that I really like. It have been just created for researchers. It will help you doing it have a lot of functions. It play a role like Grammarly, or maybe it could be even better than Grammarly. You can decide by your own when you use it. And also it can detect the plagiarism. It can detect the readiness of your paper, which is differentiate or checking majority of the journals, the top journals, guidelines, and then it will give you like percent. It will give you a report like, oh, your paper had these things. For example, in matter of grammar, matter of referencing, in matter of everything related to the guidelines. And other things that we can see, yes, this is the readiness that I mentioned. We will move on also to chat with PDF, which is just you upload your PDF or your paper and then ask anything that's related to. Actually, this function, it can also be found in Paperpal and ResearchPal. If you used any one of them, you don't need to use this one, specifically because chat with PDF, if you want the free version, you can chat with only 3 to 5 papers per month, I guess. You cannot chat. So if you want a lot of like papers to chat with, it's better for you to use Paperpal, but it's still Paperpal and ResearchPal. They have paid version and they have limitations. So it depends at the end. And there are other tools, which is beyond these tools, beyond the tools that we already mentioned. And this, I think I already talked about it. We will start the questions later. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you what are these other tools that you could know what are they. Let me just check quickly. What do I have here? Yeah, it is. Yes, it's here. Okay. Yes. So if you can see here, I have just try to group them. Generative AI apps, which is Cloud, ChatGPT, Microsoft Copilot, and Google Gemini. These will not cover it here, but maybe in upcoming sessions, if you want, we can talk about how also use ChatGPT in writing and like using it ethical way rather than just blindly copy paste with everything and the feature of each one of them. Also, if you're in a medical field, these two tools, Evidence Hunt, Open Evidence, they are really good. You can just type your research question and then it will give you an overview or text writing that's related to your research questions, and it will provide citations. Consensus also is one of the good tools that can be used. Chat with PDF. In addition to Chat with PDF tool, you can also use ADI and you can use Notebook LM. Notebook LM also, it's one of the really good tools, and I've used it like multiple times, but you might feel confused about majority of the tools here, but at the end, I would recommend that you don't need to use all of them. You can figure out them like from time to time and then select the tool that you really want. Sometimes you cannot find one tool that has all of the things together, but still you don't need all of them together. You can just select, oh, this tool can cover like majority of the things that I want. Oh, it helped me in this thing. This tool, it can help me in these things. Because, for example, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Copilot, they have some similarities, and a majority of the people prefer ChatGPT rather than these. While each one, they have like its own way. But still, I can see that the users of ChatGPT, they are even more. Also, we have DeepSeek. I didn't add it here. Sorry, I forgot about it. We have literature review and discovery. We have dimensions. We have insightful, research rapid, connected papers. So research rapid, connected papers, and there is literal. Yes, this literal. These can also show you like a graph or how the paper connected. So if you would like to know the authors of the topic that you are talking about and the relation of each your paper and relation of each other papers, it's really good way that if you would like, for example, to figure out a specific author that have specific paper you didn't, and then you can connect it to that. And we have also our discovery. One of the tools also, oh, wait, I'm just, let me just zoom it in. Yes, these tools up here, they have different things. Gamma, for example, you can use it for presentation. You can create your presentation different way. Either you can create your presentation using AI, it can create it for you. Usually, the free version, it can create 8 to 10 cards, and cards here, it's like slides. So the same thing. Either you have to add the text yourself, and then it will create with images, and even images, it can take them from the web, or you can upload your images that you want, or even you can use like images that created by AI. Jenny is one of the tools that also help you in writing. It's good. It has limitation. Also, I think 200 words per day. I used it long time ago. I don't remember what, like, really, if there's any improvement or something like that, or things has been changed. Julius also can help you in. This is the one of the tools. Until now, I see it's really good in analyzing your data. Kind of person, like, kind of people that I don't really like to analyze using AI. I prefer to analyze using my own software because I like to know my data, exactly what is going on there. But if you would like to analyze the data in an easy way, this also could be one of the things. Napkin AI, I love this tool. I use it most of the time in LinkedIn when I create my graphs and chat and like graphs, flowchart, something like that. I can put my text and then it just show you exactly what do you want, and it has different frames. But the thing with Napkin AI, you cannot, like when you already create your own and edit it in that app, when you download it, it can be only downloaded in picture or PDF. So it cannot be downloaded something that you can edit it by your own. When you download it, you have to download it, you have to edit it in the app, and then after that, download it. So yeah, these are the tools, that additional tools that you can use. Uh, Am I really sharing, or because I cannot find the option? Yes, okay. Uh, let's move on to practice what we have mentioned here. Actually, I was in the same page. I don't know why okay. Let's start with ResearchPal. So basically, ResearchPal, it works more in literature review. It can give you paper insights and referencing. It has library. You can add your paper in the library, and then you can write from that library and the paper that you already selected. So this is the website. You can just type here researchpal.co, and then it will give you. And then after that, you can see the pricing of it if you want. Most of the time, I really don't. Most of the time, I just like to use free versions of the tools. If it really works, if I need more, I use, for example, the standard one. For example, the standard one, this one comparing to the other tools, it's not that expensive. It can be expensive for students, of course, but the monthly one, it's just 9K, and if it can help me in what I want exactly, and if it really deserve to spend that money, I don't mind to pay that for just 1 month, not like the whole year, because I might not use it the whole year, but that's at the end of the day, you select what you want. Because I already have an account here, I'm gonna just log in, and then we will see what are there. So basically, when you already log in, you can find these options, like your profile is here, then there is a tutorial. If you want to know more, they have multiple tutorials. This is subscription beta. Here you can find projects. What do they projects mean? I already have created this project. I created yesterday. I have like, because previously I had other account, but it wasn't paid one, but I paid for this one for the demonstration. What you can do, you can just create your project here. So what does the project mean? Let's say that you are working on your project, which is research topic or the title. You can just add the title here. Let's say, I'm not sure what we can add here, but maybe we can add something. If you can give me examples, it could help me. Or maybe we can use the one that it was in the PPT. Let's say I already mentioned to you which one I will use it. Yes, yeah. The impact of social media on student learning. I lost between my. Okay, it's here. We gonna take this topic, and then we will demonstrate. I already have created my projects, and here it will give me if has been successfully created. Yes, done. So what I'm gonna do, so basically if you're using the free version, you can only create one project, not more than that. I remember that happened to me, but you can see the features when you open it, which how many, I think of 50 projects if you are using the standard subscription. So here we go. I clicked on my, okay, I think I opened the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's appeared here. So basically, this is the project that we just created. What we want to do. Let's see the features on the left side. There's something called document, and document, it's just sound like Word document, empty one. You can start here. And if you don't want, you can go further to the other options, and then you start writing. So let's say I want to talk about the impact of social media on student learning here. I can just click here. You can click here and it will show you some, like, do you want to duplicate, copy, and blah, blah, blah. You can also create, if you want heading or guidelines or something like that, it's up to you. If you copy, if you type like the impact, if you type here, and then if you just select this, it will give you options here with many options, like AI tools. What do you want? Do you want to ask ResearchPal? Do you want to cite, for example? Do you want tones? Do you want it academic, casual, until the end, professionally or friendly? Do you want to translate? It can translate to different language. Let's say I would like to translate it to Arabic, for example. Sorry, I'm using Arabic because it's my Arabic is my native language. So let's say exactly, it directly translated. You don't need to take it there. So, and then you can select it if you accept it or reject it. Let's say I'm rejecting it, but I would like to use something else here. What do you want? Choose text toner. Do you want to paraphrase, continue writing? What exactly do you want? So these many options that you can use it. Let's say that I want to generate outlines to this topic. It will just create outlines for the topic. And these outlines, you can just read it. It gave me overview. Okay, you can just read it exactly. Actually, I didn't like this because it's supposed to be give me outlines rather than, I'm gonna just reject it. It's supposed to give me outlines, not of of the topic that I'm providing it. But still, let's see what's going on. Okay. Let's say accept it, and then it will give me here. Okay. These are the outlines that it could cover my literature review on your project, your thesis, whichever. You can read it, and then you can deselect the things that you don't want. What else I can do? I can go to the literature review. Let's say that, oh, these actually are really good. I want them, but let's say that, oh, I don't want digital literacy here. You can just delete it normally, and then it will directly reduce the number of what you want here. You want all these, let's say, and I can copy paste this, or still I can use the same topic in the upcoming. Let's go to the next option, which is literature review. In literature review, there are two options. You can see them. This is really irritating me, the Zoom. Okay, if you can see here, if you click here, there are two options, web and library. What exactly you would like to search in? The library, it means the paper that you searched using Paperpal or Semantic Scholar, and then you select your paper or you save them in the library. Let's say that, no, I want to use the web. And then you can write your research question here. This is my question, let's say. You can select your domain. There are different domains. Don't be worried, like if you are not from medical field, there are other field, computer science, humanities, each one. Since I'm in the medical field, I'm going to use that one. I think it will be, because the topic here, it could be related more in the behavioral science or psychology, let's say something like that. So I want the format because I'm using the standard one. It gave me short or medium. It didn't give me long one because this is in the pro plan. So I really don't want even the medium one. I'm gonna just select, and then you can just click on search. It will generate the literature review. Bear in your mind, if you write the research questions too long, it will not go further. It will give you warning every time. And then you can see the guidelines here, because in the guidelines, you can see here, it will give you guidelines like, oh, which research question that you can add, how it can go further in ResearchPal or not. That's why, like, it just give you that to ensure optimal result from literature review, believes in clear, concise research question, topic, or paper. If we can see here, this is already has been created an overview what I want exactly. And it provided for me research, like articles, And if you can see here, they are updated, like something from 2019, 2000, 2023, 2024. And then you can read that, or let's say that, well, I'm not ready to read it now. So let me just add it. You can just paste it to the editor. What editor means? It will directly take you to the document that you already created. And then it pasting it. If you can see here, it has been pasted here. Here, then you can structure, you can move forward, and then it added your already added your references here. So this is one of the ways that you can use, and it's still like, what do you want? Each one, it can just directly help you. Or if you want to edit here, you can just click on a slash. If you want it like headings, tables, whichever you want, you can just edit what you want in the way that you want it. Let's say that one of these things that you can see it is abstract. The abstract that showed here, it's related to the papers that already has been detected and the text has been generated from it, or extracting this text from it. So you can find it already here. There is one of the options that I didn't mention, that here you can click and select which AI tool that you would like to be written with. Gemini, Cloud, OpenAI, any one of these. Or you can try even all of them. And after that, you can like read and select which one is better. And then you can export this text. You can export it in PDF or Word. You can edit in Word and LaTeX or HTML. Let's go to the other option, which is essay writing. So in essay writing, I'm not that much of people who write essay that much, but I think students can help, like can get help from this. You can write your essay title, provide a brief description, how many, like what is the essay, that narrative, descriptive, and then how many words that you want. Like we can just type the same thing again. Let's say for articles away in paper, blah, blah, blah. Yes, let's say literature review. Let's say that we want 102 essay, let's say description, and start trying. If you want heading, you can just click on heading here, and then it will just take you, or write the essay that you want. Whichever it's writing for you, don't take it as it is. Copy paste it, edit it here, or take it from here to your Word document or any document that you want. Read it, read it, read it, revise it, and edit it the way that you want. Don't take it blindly as it is. Even if you like what it has been written here, try to put your tone on that thing. So this is about essay. Let's go to referencing. So these are the reference already has been created in my text that have been generated. One of the things that you can do in referencing, you can change the format of referencing. You can use, let's say, MLA, Chicago, or Harvard, which way that you want. Let's say that I would like Chicago, it directly will be changed here the way that I want. And also, you can edit. Sometimes, like the reference manager, or because the reference manager that they're using here in referencing, sometimes there are things that could be omitted, they're not there. So you can edit or add or omit anything that you don't want, and then you can save it. Directly, it could be saved to your referencing. You can add manual referencing, and this referencing, you have to really make sure about the title of the paper that you want to add it. And let's say that in my mind that, oh, I know that paper title, it's called social media. Let's say social media. And it's written like this, social media, and then student education. I'm just giving this example because sometimes it's written like this, and I submit it. And then Paperpal would keep searching to try to find the same title. So as you see here, it gives me like the impact of social media, something similar. Then you can compare this to your title. Is it the same or not? If it is the same, you can add it. If not, you can just, again, go and detect it. If I add it, it will directly keep adding to my, if you can see here, this is the one. it already has been added to my, let's say that I want to change it again to Harvard, it will change to Harvard. These about the referencing, these references will be already added to your main text. It will be there. Let's say that I would like to search papers. It's still like, well, these papers that are not enough for my literature review, and I would like more papers. We have two options here, semantic search, and we have ResearchPal search. You can choose which one of them, but when I compared both of them, I liked ResearchPal more than semantic research. Let's say that I'm going to use again the same thing. Here there are guidelines. Here you can do something. You can filter exactly what you want, which is one of the things that I really like. You can, if you would like the latest versions or latest papers, you can select, let's say, just the 5 years from 2020 to 2025. I want only this paper. It will just, I want only open access and the domain, that which domain that you are working. Let's say that, okay, medicine, biology, chemistry, whichever you want. Okay, psychologist, perfect one related to this. Maybe sociology, something also related to this. And I applied. And then it will also just give me, there was other option that I didn't take because it will give you the types of papers or articles. Do you want book? Do you want review? Each things. You still can select what you want here, the publication, which one of them you want, review, journal, article, whichever, and then you can apply it. Or you can clear, you can like unselect them and then clear them. And then here it gives me many options. What I can do with these, you can just screen them quickly, read the title of each paper and select like, oh, this is good or not, could be or couldn't be. So you can select whichever match your need. Let's say that self-determination theory, maybe it could be one of the good things. Then I want to save it. Whenever you saved it, once it's saved, it directly will be taken to the library. So now after we saved here, if we go to the library, we will find it there. Let's say I want to select another papers, the impact of social media in teaching tools. You can find here the authors, if this had been cited or not. Okay, let's say that I don't want papers was not cited yet. It depends on you. Let's say, oh, this good citation. But the topic, is it related or not? Okay, the main objectives, blah, blah, blah. It could be good. I already saved it. It will be saved directly. And let's say this, okay, it's not cited, but it's still good topic. It matched my need. I just save it. So we save these papers. Okay, what we would like to do with this paper, you can add as much as you can. You can click on load more and you can see them. So you added them. When you go to the library, the paper that you already selected, you can find them here. What you can do more here, you can import from Mendeley, if you're using Mendeley Reference Manager, papers from your Mendeley. You can import from Zotero papers. You can upload from your own like PC, laptop, computer, everything. So let's say that, oh, I want paper insights. What do we mean by paper insight? You can find it also here in the left side. So paper insight, actually, it gives you just quick review about the whole paper that you want. And then it will give you, for example, like small summary of what that paper is about, the objective methodology, everything. This also one of the things that we found on SciSpace when we talked about last time. We found an illicit that when we talked about last time. So here also you can get benefit of this feature, let's say. But one of the things that in paper insights that you cannot select more than 3. You can only select 3 papers and get paper insight about it. You can do this either in the library or you can do it here. So let's say that I want paper insights. It will directly try to create these insights for you. Just a second, let's see. As you can see here, this is the first, second, and third papers. This is the insight, what the study highlight, what the study is about, what does this demonstrate, explore, and whichever. Let's say that I would like to add a column. You can just add a column here. Oh, maybe I'm interested about the limitation. Maybe your supervisor is interested about the results of each one of them, the method that they used, let's say the datasets and the implications could be. All of them, it will be added directly here to your insight. And then easily when it will be created, you can compare and see, oh, is it really good? So you can make a quick analysis of these papers and then like you select them or deselect them. Are they good for your match or research or not? So it depends on that. And then you can select each paper that that you want or select it. If you don't want it, you can just delete it from here. So we already selected those papers from the library, but when we clicked on add paper inside, it took us directly to the insight, while we can also do the same from here. Okay, and there is something here I want to show you. It's about the abstract saved. When you clicked on your papers, sometimes there are some papers that you cannot access the full text. I already mentioned that I already filtered my papers that I want open access. But if they are not open access, they can access only the abstract. So the abstract will be saved, and then you can also check here which papers that you want, which paper that you can deselect. So all these are the features that you can find it. If I select on import from Zotero or Mendeley, it will, when you click on connect, because I'm not using Mendeley, I'm using Zotero, it will directly take you to Mendeley website and it will ask you to log in. So here I found that, okay, this is my old one, but still I can connect and then select the papers. I don't want to connect now because this account is very old. I don't remember exactly what's going on there. It was in my master. So you can select the paper that you want. And then you can retain back after doing all these things, you can retain back to your document. You can upgrade your writing. You can edit the way that you want. A question is, am I going to take this text as it is? No. Am I going to improve it? Yes. Will I use specific tool or other tool? If there is a specific tool, for example, if you can see here, Grammarly, because I'm using Grammarly here, it keeps detecting, oh, this is something. And this also could be one of the way that you can add it to your text related to grammar. You have to really sit down, read it, select the things that you want, the things that you don't want, just keep it away, and then you can just export it. So this is just small thing about ResearchPal, and I hope it add benefit for you, and you can go and try it. Still, you do not need to subscribe. You can just try the free version. If it helps you, it's okay. If it doesn't help you, in this case, you can just leave it and select the one that you want. Okay, let's move on to KaiSquares. As I mentioned, KaiSquares is one of the platforms, and just you have to type chi-squares in plural, not chi-square. And chi-square is related to statistics, so that's why it has been named by this way. And because I already have account, I'm gonna log in. But if you don't have account, you can just go to the website and create your account. For now, chi-square is for free. Maybe majority of you, they already know it and they are using it, but it will be paid in, I think, it will be free until end of April. So after end of April, you need to either like logging using your university, because they have partnership with different universities. Specifically, if you are in Nigeria, I think they cover, if not all, most of the university there, and some of other African countries. Still, they can be connection with other countries. So you have to check that with your university or check that with KaiSquares. KaiSquare, they have different features. I'm not going to go with this. They have something called survey design. If you would like to create your own survey, and they have sampling, you can calculate your samples. Depends on even the type of study that you want, sample size, and they have multiple survey bank. You can use it as one of the things that to play around until you create your own, or that can help you also to create. What the most important thing that I would like to focus in here is the AI toolkit, specifically on generating the proposal, which is AI Research Proposal Builder. As you can see here, there are other features that you can use. You can use AI journal cover letter writer, and then AI consent form generator. You can generate your research question. This also, we used it in the previous session, sorry. Journal suggestion. Also, you can collaboration connector. let's go to proposal builder. Okay. The site here, they are still improving it. So when we create the proposal builder here, it will take time. Like it will literally take time to generate what you want exactly. So what I'm going to do, I will try to fill the form until it will be generate the proposal that we want. We will move on to the next tool and I will demonstrate exactly how to use that. And then we will return back here to see what already KaiSquare had provided us as a proposal. But to really demonstrate this, I would like you to provide for me someone that really have a topic and would like to write his or her proposal. I can use it here for demonstration and I can download the research proposal and then you can edit it in your own later. So here, what AI took late specifically on proposal build they use something called 111. One, that means you create it in 1 minute. What I mean by 1 minute, you add the information here in 1 minute, you can click on it. It will take a bit time, not that much time. And then you, in 1 day, you can revise what already Chi-Square has been provided for you. You can edit it because it will provide also referencing. You can add the reference that you want. You can edit your own. Do not take it as it is. You have to, because it used AI generative. So it might like, it's not might, it's already create mistakes. So you really have to revise that. And after that, after revising it, you can submit it within 1 month. You might get acceptance for that. So it's really good one. I have used it once and created one of the proposal. I'm not saying that I already submitted that proposal yet because I'm just busy, but I'm going to do that. And I think that some people already have been using it. So anyway, to not talk much, please provide for me one of the topics that we really need in the chat. And maybe Arthur can give me, or I can just stop sharing and see in the chat which topic that you provided and then. We have two topics here. I'm going to select the first one. Quality assurance from Evoca, quality assurance in a small scale fisheries sector. Glory, your topic, since you just both of you have been provided, your topic, either you go to the platform and check it there, or you can send it to me and later I will check it. You can contact me in LinkedIn and then I will provide it to you, or we can show demonstration about that. Okay, let me just go a bit and check. Okay, we are here again. So we will select this topic, quality assurance in a small scale fisheries sector. What is the research about, idea about? It's like, we can just say research about. I don't want to type much, but you can add the details as long as you want, up to 430, is it 435? It's supposed to be 5, I think, up to 500 characters. Here, you can select the type of study that you want. I'm not sure what that person already, because this is really not my field, but I'm going to select, I assume that is cross-sectional. I'm going to just select cross-sectional. And one of the things that you will see later about this, that chi-square, if you select cross-sectional, it might suggest for you mixed method rather than cross-sectional. It's still like, and country, why is that person who already suggested? We can select any country from here. I'm just going to select randomly any country. Let's say Ethiopia. And then you have to add your team. The first one has to be, that person has to be the principal investigator. I'm going to type my name, let's say Nafisa. And you have to add your qualification. Let's say qualification, it could be what's currently I'm doing my PhD. I'm not going to say PhD, maybe, or I'm going to say just master. So MPH. So you can find here many, many qualifications. My rule, I will not be principal investigator. Let's say that I'm co-principal investigator. My relevant experience, oh, I'm going to say 8 years. Let's see, experience. If you would like to add as much as members that are in your proposal, you can add them. The person who said that's Epoca, I think, I don't know who's Epoca, but I will just call John. Let's say that his qualification is PhD, maybe. I have no idea, but I'll try. What's Epoca? I'll just go down here. Supposed to be the principal investigator. Okay, great. It's the principal investigator. Let's say that he has 10 years of experience. So that's all. That's all what you need. But still, if you have more members, you can add them. So I didn't give like KaiSquare much things. You can still add, and it's good for you to add more details about the research idea. But if you don't add, you should just put it like that. You still create it. And then you click on create proposal. And then let's see what's going on here. That's what I'm talking about. Now start creating. If we follow up it might take 5 minutes to create, because every time it will show you here what has been generated. For example, it has been generated the background. It will show you that, oh, it has been generated the background. Now they are in the objective or in whichever. So as I mentioned, because this will take a bit time, let's go to the next tool and then we will come back to it. Okay, the next tool is Chat with PDF. Chat with PDF, it's just Chat with PDF. Put it in the search bar and then you select this one. I'm really not sure about if I really have, I guess I have used it. I'm not sure if I have already option to add papers or not, but hopefully. All right, let's see. I would like to check some papers here. I'm not sure if I have a paper here, but just never mind because literature. Okay. There should be literature here. Okay. I'm gonna select this one. So if it is still not even uploaded yet, and it directly give you, hey, Nafisa, this research investigate how, blah, blah, blah. It will give you summary directly. So it will give you some options of the questions that you can use. Either you want to summarize it, the key factors influence the mortality, blah, 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 because that's what has been already scanned quickly and analyzed. And then how the AAC inhibitors of blah, blah, blah impact the outcome for patients with hypertension. And then you can ask, let's say that, oh, could you please let's say provide limitations of this paper and what can I say? Highlight, I think maybe highlight. I'm mistyping, but never mind. It will also highlight the page where it contains. So basically, previously, well, while I was trying to write it, I have some typos here, but never mind. Anyway, what previously, whenever I ask a question, it directly give me the text, extract exactly my question from the paper, and then it give me in which page, the number of that page. But nowadays, I don't know what happened to them. They don't. So I need to ask them, oh, in which page? So to make sure, and it's easier for me rather than just every time just go, so it will be easier. So directly when you ask this question, it has to be the limitation of this paper. As you can see here, it's already give me the page. The limitation can be found in page 5. When you click on 5, it will show you here, oh, I can see here page 5, which is the limitations, and then it will give you the key limitations of this paper. What are they, and blah, blah, blah. So these are one of the things that you can chat with the paper to perform clarity. You can just still also summarize what's going on, and it will even summarize the abstract and all the papers to give it to you. So this is one of the things that can help you also to make things easier for you. If you would like, specifically if you don't know if this paper you will add it to your literature or not, you can just do it this way, scan it quickly. Then later you can critique the paper more and then read it further to select or no, not select it to a paper. Let's go back to the AI to collect. It's still keep generating. So now at least they are in the references. They're almost there. Once they finish it, it will be good. Okay, I'm gonna, because there's one of the feature that, okay, it has been already generated, but okay, because I would like to link you to the chat with PDF. This feature also, we can find it in ResearchPal. If you go here to the papers that you already found, it's supposed to be in the library, I think. If you click on the paper here, you see here there are many options that you can use to chat with. You can ask, for example, explain result of the paper, method, summarize, whichever, any question that you would like. Let's say the data have been used here, and then it will take you to the conversation and just give you a summary. So if you are using ResearchPal, you don't need to use chat with PDF. In this case, you can rather use this one. It will help you. You can do multiple things at the same time. So let's go to KaiSquare. So one of the things that I really like about KaiSquare, this what we have been already provided, and this what have been already, again, provided for research idea. It's directly give you warning. Like this KaiSquare platform uses AI to generate content quickly, but user input is essential for customizing and refining the final output. While AI provides strong framework, it may occasionally make errors, and referencing may not be perfectly aligned with the text due to automatic search. Please review and adjust it. That's what I have been always saying. Alexander, I think you're making a bit mess in the slide. Can you just stop annotating maybe? Let me just try if I can erase these. Yes. Please, Alexander, can you just stop that? Okay, so basically this is what the KaiSquare provided for us. It will give you background. As you can see here, give already references, sorry. And at the end, it will give you the list of the references that already has been used. You can copy paste these references to make sure if they're really there or not, if they're really accurate or not. So these are one of the things. And then you can move to copy paste this in one of the document that you have and then go through it. The background, the person that I just would like the person who provided this topic to interact with me to make sure it's like, is it really well related to your topic? Did good or not? So I'm not going to read all these things, but you can scan it quickly and then tell us, and then that could help us if that thing is good or not. So at least here, I'm just, for example, here, it aimed to address the impact of quality assurance on economic viability of small-scale fisheries by comparing the performance of fisheries without quality assurance. Investigate, blah, 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 blah. So here, this is the part that I already mentioned to you. It will give you research questions and specific aims. How many aims we have here? We have 3 aims. And how many objectives? Like each aim, because each aim have then specific objectives. The aim is a common or general aim. We already provided the topic related to it, but it gave us more options. For example, investigating the role of quality assurance, and then addressing the impact of quality assurance on economic viability. Explore the potential improving quality assurance, and each one of them, what do you want exactly to give you specific objectives? Examine the current status or state of quality assurance, identify risk factors, comparing all key factors contribute to successful implementation, and then analyzing the relationship between, and it give you the hypothesis as well. So if you are like, if you're the person that who provided by this, you can select one of these objectives and go with it, either first, second, or third one. And if you want to make it multiple projects, you can cover all of them together in different projects. Like one project, it has sub projects under it. It will give you the significance or the importance of this project or proposal, why it is good. While one of the things that I really don't like, which is like it didn't provide any referencing here, but still you can do that. Like you can check these and then you try to find some referencing related to this significance. And then it will give you one of the good things, innovation, which could be one of the really convincing things that to convince the committee that you are presenting to, why this could be an innovative idea, what it can be added to real life now. And then it will give you the approach, the methodology. And as I mentioned to you, each methodology for AIM1, the key measure will be blah, blah, blah. Statistical analysis for AIM1 will be something like that. For AIM2, the measure will be like that. And also the statistical analysis, it will even it specifically determine which type of test that you would like to use. AIM3 at the same time, also which statistical analysis that you can use. And then it will give you the strength and challenges about this topic, dissemination and direction. This one of the things I really like. It will give you in details what will be done in this research step by step, what the method that will be used, the tools that will be used, and still how the future studies can involve, what type of studies that can be involved, what these goals can fostering. And also it mentions some research paper. Also, this part, I like it about the budget. Each one of the authors or contributors that you added to your team, let's say, it will provide for you that the description and the amount or the effort, like percent. Of course, you can change this percent according to the team, according to what you discussed, what you agreed, because these things of proposal, it has to be, has like updating meeting, or let's say fixed weekly meeting, monthly meeting, whichever. These things specifically related to the budget, very sensitive things, you have to discuss it very early, because once you discuss it and then you present it, let's say that they provided from the money for you, and some people, they said, oh, they provided more money, and in this case, oh, I want more percent. So this thing you have to really focus on it. And then you have some other tools that the tools that you can use, the traveling, blah blah blah, and this is a budget justification and the references. So as I mentioned, just take it. I'm gonna download this, and later, Ebuka, maybe I'm gonna send it to you if you provide your email later, then you can use that further for the things. So yeah, this is about KaiSquares proposal, and the last things that I'm gonna talk about is Paperpal. Paperpal is one of the tools that already has been created for researchers. Or let me be more specific, it's mainly for the people who are not English native, who speak other language rather than English language could be like their second language. So it really could help them. Paperpal is one of my favorite tools that I'm using it in my normal life, not even just in scientific, like anything that's related to my writing or something like that, I'm using it. That there are some things in Paperpal that I don't like, honestly, specifically in scientific writing, because it's just something that it could be make you lazy or rely on it totally. Some people might use it, but I wouldn't recommend for you to use it for scientific writing. But there are other features that could be really good. You just type Paperpal in your search button, and then the first option it will give you. So Paperpal, it has like other any app, it has free features or free version and then paid version. And you can see the pricing here. If we can see the pricing, one of the things that if you are a student in a university, even if because I think Paperpal, they have partnership with some of universities. One of the things that you can get a discount from them is they have, I think they mentioned that in their website, You can get a discount 50% if you are a student in the university. And what you have to do, you can just write an email, recommend Paperpal to your university, and CC Paperpal email. You don't need even to CC them. You can just forward that email you send it to the to the university to Paperpal that, oh, I already recommend it. No matter like if your university already taken that in consideration, if they want to use it or not, just send them the forward message. And then they will give you directly within 1 day or second day, they will give you 50% discount to use it per year using the university email that if you have. Still, there are many people I know that many students, they don't have university email. You just have to go to your library and ask them how to create. So these are the prices, I think. Here, this is 130 or like 139 per year. Most of the time, like I have the paid version, but I used the yearly one. So I paid only 50% of that time. So yeah. Let's go to the features. These are the features that Paperpal has. It works like Grammarly, as I said, could if not better than Grammarly, because I like how it edit your text and it give you why it edited and the reason behind that. So it has grammar checker, paraphraser. It has Copilot, like integrated with it with generative AI. You can ask anything to write. It has plagiarism checker, and this plagiarism checker, it's also integrated with Turnitin, which is most of the university, they use it. And it has, even if like you are using the paid one, I think they have limitation. You cannot, I mean, like you cannot detect like more than 5 times or something like that, specific words. I'm not sure because I'm not using it that much. I'm using Turnitin. And also one of the things that I really like, submission readiness checker. This one. Whenever I'm finished with my paper, I just directly submit it to Paperpal. I assure you that it won't store to the database. It will just detect. It won't use like AI, it will not, like when you download it. I have done that with many papers and we submit it, nothing happened. It will give you just the report. That report will help you. And it has citation generator. It has option of ChatGPT, as I mentioned before, AI writing assistant, essay, reference editor, proofreading, and translator. So all these and even other options. So since I'm already log, I think I'm using it. There is an option that you can add it to your Word as adds in, or you can add it. Now they added one of the feature as Google Doc. In Google Doc, you also can add it. So we will start. These are the thing. Yes, it's here. You can add it to your Microsoft Word and Google Doc, even in LaTeX, which is people who use Overleaf, that you can use it. These are the features that I just mentioned. They have service, human expert services. This one, of course, it's paid one if you want. If you don't want, you don't need. And I really don't recommend that most of the time. Just find a friend, mentor, anyone in good in research writing, write, revise, and ask that person to revise it for you. And that's it. You don't want to lose money. So here, I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the word or option. We will return back here just to check the readiness of the paper. So in the meantime, let me just go. I think I'm going to stop sharing. And then I will reshare again. I was trying to find my Word document that, okay, this one. Okay, before I share, because I need also one of the examples. Someone already provides one of the options: use development initiative and mindset change for employee. I think I'm gonna take that. Okay, because Ibrahim already. Or Ibrahim. Oh, there are many topics. Okay, Glory, we already agreed that I'm gonna run that for you. So I'm not gonna take your title here, but since there is climate change and its impact on ECD. Okay, let me just take this topic. It sounds interesting. All right. We're going to use the same Word file that we used it at the beginning for text, but in this time, I'm going to just delete it. Okay, here's Paperpal. If you would like to add it to your Word, you can go, there's the same website that I already mentioned, and then you can find the options. Some people, they might find some difficulties when they install it in their Microsoft. It's still, I think you need, if there's any error, because I faced that you have to ask your library or IT help center in your university, because they might not add it to their Microsoft Market or something like that. And if you ask them, they will just add it quickly. So in this case, I'm going to just, because I already added, if you don't add it, you can add it. And I'm going to open Paperpal. And then let's see the features together. So as you can see here, one of the first thing that all these features in my right hand, if you can see my cursor, there's something look like a leaf, something like that here. What is the function of this? It's for language. It works like Grammarly. And if there is a text here, let me just return back. Okay, as you can see here, this is a text, right? This text, Paperpal will scan it, and then it will give me options of, it's supposed to work, like what's going on here? I think maybe I need to add it to my, let me just. Okay. Okay, it's supposed to scan this, and then it give me the options, unless it doesn't have any problem, but I'm afraid that it couldn't be, it shouldn't be like that, because something that's really randomly. This might take, okay, for example, the consistency, it gave me option that there is no issue, there's something great, blah, blah, blah. And the sentence is not complete. Which sentence is not complete? Let me just check. Maybe because it's really messy, random, maybe we can, let me just go back and take one of the text that we have already used in. The revised one we used in ChatGPT, if you remember. The same text that we took it from here. I'm gonna take it from okay. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. I took this from, just to keep you updated, I took this one from ChatGPT, and now it starts scanning it. So it seems because the texts were not that well organized, it couldn't. And as you can see here, it will give me how many sentences that have issues, and it keeps scanning. You can wait or you can edit directly. For example, here, what it give me, this study, it can give you suggestion as, like it already has been like this paper, but here, as you can see here in this one, this paper, but you can change it to study if you want, you can accept or reject. Let's say that, oh, I like study, so I just click on it. Once you click on it, here it has been changed directly. So you don't need to do anything. Here it mentioned that, okay, this is not good. I'm gonna paraphrase it for you. If you like the paraphrasing one, you accept it. Okay, one of the things that I would like you to make sure to make difference between both of them, the suggestion of the language here, if it is grammarly, redundancy, paraphrasing, anything related to the language in general, this thing, when you use it, it will not be detected as AI, even in Turnitin. But if you use directly the option of paraphrasing from the options, there, it will be detected. So make sure to not use the direct, because I think the paraphrasing, they use the AI integrated to it, something like that. And you don't really need to focus on it, because paraphrasing itself is a simple way that I'm always saying that you just need to read that option. Like, let's say, read that sentence, try to tell it, like understand it, tell it to someone else. The way you are telling it to someone else without changing the main meaning, this is paraphrasing. You can just type it there, and if it has typos or any language problems, a Paperpal, for example, can detect it for you. So it goes like this. For example, there is a redundancy here. You can click on it, and for example, word choice instead of when, while. Let me see here. You engage in continuous speech while your words are transcribed. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, when your words, no, I don't like it. I'm going to reject it. While is better. And paraphrase redundancy. You might question whether you use automated tools to refine ideas. The main thing was for refining your ideas, or to, I like the suggestion, I'm gonna accept. And you go with the flow, like either you read it, accept it, or reject it until you refine your whole text. Most of the time, I use this like language detection when I finish writing. I write, I don't revise, I keep just writing no matter what I'm writing. Then I revise, edit, revise first time, review second time, third time, until I satisfy. After that, done from my reviewing, give it to someone, for example. Before I give it to someone, I'm gonna just add it to Paperpal, and Paperpal will edit it for me, or just check the grammar for me. I'm gonna check it and then give it to someone, or mentor, or a supervisor, or someone, colleague, who can detect it for me. I'm not gonna go for all these, or just I'm gonna accept it quickly so we can save time for questions. Also give paraphrasing here, and then it finished. Okay, good. We are done with language. Let's say consistency. What does consistency mean? If you are using, for example, different words, let's say p-value, and instead of p, putting p hyphen value, or p dot value, you are using like not united one, you are using different ones. Sometimes you are using hyphen, sometimes you are using dot. Or let's say in months, you are using January, the full January, and you are using it short one, like Jan, like for example, or February, Feb, and February. The consistency here, because we don't have consistency issue here, it will detect. It will tell you that, oh, it seems like you have different words, you are using them, like you are using sometimes Jan here, you are using January in different. So you will select, it will give you option to select which one you want. Like whenever you just select them, it will unite all the consistency, and it will solve that issue. So this is the first option. The second one, or the second function that we have, is rewriting. Rewriting here, let's say that you don't want things here and you would like to paraphrase it. As I mentioned, these options I really don't like, most of them, because so you can use them, of course. I'm not saying you don't need to use them, but sometimes make me lazy to just rely 100% on editing it rather than do it on my own. If, for example, if you want to trim, you can just highlight only one option that I'm using it is this for synonyms. But other than that, no. Let's say that I'm going to paraphrase it. You just highlight it and then click on paraphrase. It will just scan it here, and then you click generate. After generate, it will generate it for you, and then you can quickly scan it, and you say, oh, is it good or not? It depends on you. And then it gives you option here. Formatting may be lost with replaced. What does it mean? That the main text that you have it here, you already gave it to Paperpal to be paraphrased. You might not find it. So in this case, for example, if you would like to replace it, but keeping the original one, I can put the cursor here, and then put click here, here. I put the cursor again here, and then say copy instead of replacing. If you copy it, you can paste it here. You see, for example, this is a version that has been edited or given by Paperpal. This is a version, the original version that I have. I can compare between them. If you like it, you can keep it. If you don't like it, you can just leave it. But if we use the first one, let's say return back. For example, here, and then I would like to paraphrase it, and it has been generated, and it has been paraphrased. By the way, the first time I created paraphrase, it will be different from the second paraphrasing. You can also make sure of that one. If I click replaced, it will replace the original one. The original one is no longer there. So this is one of the things that you also pay attention to. Let's say that I want to trim. Let me just try to take all this and I want to trim it. One of the things that trimming, it has limitations of the word that how many words. If you put just 10 words like, no, you cannot put less than 10 words. You have to put more than 10 words to be trimmed. And then this is the original, and then it's like trim it. You just click on trim it. It will be trimmed. It will be shortened for you. And you can see here, it will give you like, oh, 15 has been already reduced, and then you can replace them. It has been replaced. This one of the things that I really don't like, which is give it to you bold while it's not bold. It's something okay, you know, but for make it, okay. And another option is make it academic. Also, again, you can just click on it and then you can generate it. It will change it to you to more academic. Like I say, for example, here it used helps, here it's used facilitates. To clear your mind by transferring unstructured idea in the tangible format. You see, facilitates conjunctive clarity by transferring unstructured ideas, blah, 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 blah. If I want it, you can just replace it. If you don't want it, yes. Okay, let's try the synonyms. One of the things that I think someone before already asked me how to use the synonyms. What you want to do, you just highlight the word that you want. Let's say we use again facilitates, and then we click on synonyms. It just appeared directly. Sometimes the system takes time to detect, but you have to highlight the word first and then click on the synonyms second, and then generate synonyms. It will give you synonyms according to the person. So the first one always is the closest word that you can use, and then you can compare between them. And most of the time, like sometimes like I find it like, oh, I don't want it. I prefer mine, but so you can change other words on that. For example, promotes, enhance, and it will give you the definition of each one, which is one of the things that I really like. Let's say that, okay, enhanced, I used enhanced, and then you can replace it, and then it will be there. That's it. These for rewriting. One of the more options that we have, it is writes. Right here, they use the copilot that I mentioned. So it will give you option that what you want to write about or more idea. Tell Paperpal. You exactly need in details to tell Paperpal what exactly you want. If I say that I want, I think we ask about one of the things. If I'm not sure if I forgot actually about the. No, I need to stop sharing. Okay, sorry, I have to stop share because the example that has been provided in the climate change and its impact on it. All right, let me just go quickly. Let's say we ask about this one. Again, it will give you AI generative. Some things that doesn't have any referencing, you won't know it. If you want general idea, this could work. If you don't want general idea, in this case, something more, you have to use something else. If you want referencing, you can just click here on reference and then it will provide reference for you. It depends. Not you. I have something really irritating me here, but if you like it, you can replace it. If you don't like it, you can just say no. So yeah, you can do something. You can, this attachment or uploading, you can click and then you can add any PDF that you have, and then you can ask about that PDF you provide. It's like chat with PDF. Okay, let's move next to research site, which is if you want to cite anything, we will use the same topic as we mentioned, and then we will search. Here, if you want something related to research or articles, it will extract the sources, and then it will give you like, it will just type or give you overview what's going on there. And then, as you can see here, these are the referencing or references that. And then if you want to cite it, you can cite it. If you want to, it will give you the citation here and other options. One of the things that I really like is also same thing as ResearchPal is translating. You don't need to spend much time. Just click on it from English. And let's say, again, I'm going to use, or let's say I'm going to use Chinese. And then it will just directly, of course, I'm not going to explain if it's the same or not because I'm not speaking Chinese, but if you, then you just replace it, you don't need it. So this is the translation. One of the important things that Paperpal has templates. These templates, it give you outlines. These outlines could be for research article, case report, or for essay or statement of purpose. It can help you also brainstorm ideas. I think we speak about that last week, or sorry, last session. Title, abstract, keywords, anything that related to. You can write an email to the journal, which could be the cover letter and other things. I'm gonna just select research topic here or research article. It will ask you which one you would like to start. Just to save our time, we will not go for all these things, or we will not focus 100% on it. This will give you overview about it. We will start about, oh, I would like to talk about the introduction. Which field you are, person who talk about the climate change, it could be about life science. I think it could be also related to medical part or something like that. Let's say that I'm just kind of saying life science. Brief study description. I'm just giving 7 words. You can add more description. And I'm clicking generate. One of the warning things that I mentioned, you don't need to add 10 words. You have to add more words. So the person who provided this, could you just provide more? If you can, I think it would be. Let's see, Gulab Ali. I'm not sure if that could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm gonna delete this so we can see what's going on here. I replaced what already Paperpal already provided for me. It gave me background about what's going on. Of course, it wouldn't give you much things, but it will give you like outline. It helps you to start writing from here or go more. So the introduction, as you know, it has subsections, and these subsections, it started for background, topic importance or evidence, and then existing knowledge, what other or previous studies have been done, and then you reflect on your research gap, your rationale, and research questions. Sometimes you can add it or add the hypothesis instead of it. And you, yes, the hypothesis also here. Our study hypothesized that. And then also you can add, at the end of your introduction, of course, you will add the aim of your study. So this is it will really be good starting for your writing, and then you can go beyond here. So there are some people, they used, for example, I used roadmap. And in the roadmap, I outlined all my research my own way and the way that I like, but Paperpal make it easier for me. I don't need to create, I can just create it by this way and go for it. Let's say that I would like to go for the method, same thing, like again, and then I would like to generate how could be the method for this. Let's insert it and see what is going on. It also gives you subsections of each one of them: the research design, research method, literature review, study participant inclusion, exclusion criteria, data collection, data analysis, approved ethical statement, and informed consent, which majority of them, the guidelines of each, it could be like guidelines of the journals of each, and you can change them the way that you want. And give you small thing. For example, this study could be mixed method study if you want it, or cross-sectional study. what explore the impact of blah, blah, blah. If you don't want it, you can change according to your objective. The research method, what do you use? Is it qualitative interview or quantitative or both of them? Since it's already mixed method, of course, it will use qualitative and quantitative method together at the interview or a screening or survey or something like that, and what exactly you want the literature review about. And in this case, for example, if you use Paperpal, you can retain back to your literature review and provide this topic or research question in ResearchPal, and then it will give you outline of your research or let's say literature review, what you want to write. And if, of course, if you're writing your thesis or something like that. So you can integrate or use more than one in multiple things or tools to help you in writing the inclusion, exclusion criteria according to what you want. Then you can move on also to the results and generate your results the way, and results, most of the time you don't need AI tool about it, but still you can help you in reporting. And one of the things that I use, it is not AI, it's something called, I don't know if you use it, it's Phrasal, I think Phrasal Bank. It's from Manchester University, and they have really good suggestion or for a lot of things related to all these outlines where you can use them. Where, sorry, I'm gonna just, okay, it's okay, where it gives you the starting of each sentence. For example, you start your introduction, how you started, how you would like to write your research gap, how you would like to write about the significance, the importance, how would like to write about it. Will give you options of each. Also, you can check that. If you don't, I can also show you here if we have time. Again, same thing. It will take you point by point, like what exactly you want here and this. And if you have much information, you really don't need to use that. And you can go also in the, let's go to the discussion. I really like that because it has good subsections where you can start with the main findings and then go to the comparison and again, like comparison between studies and the limitations, significance, and the strengths you can see here. Some you don't need to talk about. You can recap again your aim, but most of the time I prefer to talk about the main finding. You can start that, okay, and then what you observed about your study, and then compare it to other existing studies, topic importance, then comparison here, contradiction, supporting data, what support your study significance, implication, cautions. Yeah, what exactly, this also could be related to the limitations or implications, the novelty and the limitation, these subsections. And then the conclusion, you can, yeah, where you can write the takeaway of that. So that's simply the research article. If you would like to talk about the research article, I'm not going to go beyond all these things. You can just write by your own and figure out, or we can make a series of each one of them, and then it can help you. Let's go to the last thing that to close our session for today. Yes, also there is, before the last one, there is option of chat with PDF. I think chat with PDF, it takes me to the website. You cannot see it now because I'm already just sharing with you the PPT. I'm not sure if I have to share. I think maybe I can just in 10 minutes try to share it with you as well. Let me just share the whole screen. It will be easier for both of us. Yes. When I clicked on this, it brought me here, and then it gives you this option to upload the paper. I'm going to upload the same paper again. And then when you upload it here, you have multiple options to add as much as you can. And again, it has the same function where it just scan your paper, and then it will give you many options about the questions or the question that you want to analyze it in an easy way. I think that's it for, as you can see here, what are the main arguments made by this study, and then start writing, tell you exactly what has been already mentioned there. Still, one of the things that I prefer is to guide me directly or take me directly to the page of the paper to make it easier for me. You can write to Paperpal like, oh, which page was that mentioned, blah, 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 and then it will provide it for you. I think the last thing that we gonna talk about is the paper readiness. Okay, here, check. If you see here, this plagiarism check, I'm not going to use that now. Journal submission check and AI review. This one, I wouldn't recommend it. I don't like it. So most of the time, I prefer reviewing using my own. If something that is not related to scientific or something that it's not require copywriting or something like blogging or general, if you want it, of course, your responsibility. But for me, I won't recommend it for anyone to use it. And then we have journal submission check. Again, journal submission check. I'm really sorry about this. It will take me directly to the website because you cannot check it in the Word. So if you can see here, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna upload my manuscript. I had a real manuscript here. Let's see the download. Hopefully I can find it here. So you have to upload I think you have to upload your document in your PDF. So basically, these are the things that will appear in the reporting table. It start from here. It will check every single details about the authors, list of contributing authors, list of keywords, and then the disclosure, conflict of interest, other things, the figure, are they good, the legends, the counts, referencing, language, structure, every single thing. It will scan it and the language, and also, and then what it does is that, for example, here, these are the suggestions it will give you. This is one of the examples, but in your manuscript it showed like that. For example, oh, instead of this word, use this word, and then you can edit it according to that. And yeah, it will provide it as a table. In the meantime, because this might take time, I think not that much time. I just want to show you exactly what is there. So yeah, I think we almost finished our session for today. And I'm ready for questions until this will be done to mention it. If you have any question, you can ask, you can raise your hand, or you can type in the chat. I'm sorry it took really long time. You need time to go and practice that, and I'm sorry it's really a bit boring for you. So because there are multiple things we talked about. There is Ibrahim. Let me check because I'm not sure if I'm able to allow you. Let me just see. Let me see who's raising his hand.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much for your comprehensive session. I really enjoyed your talk, and it is a very important topic of current time, and we see these tools are really much important for every researcher and every author to learn in order to get very productive in the particular area. So without taking more time, I just have a quick question regarding, as you see, these tools are very much helpful for the author, but at the same time, it prevent from the author to bring his own words into his work. So these uh, tools may help them to be productive, but at the same time it comes under the AI plagiarism. So how can a author or writer should make sure to take the bar of plagiarism low, below 10%, 15%, so that he can be productive and so that his knowledge may be worth into the journals. As you know, all the journals required AI free manuscripts. And so this is the area I feel I really much struggling with. So how can I make my paper AI free, or how can more productively I can work on this domain? Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you very much for your question. That I mentioned, I think this question also had been asked previous session, if I'm not wrong. So what you have to do is that, first of all, anything that you write, or let's say taking it, because you are taking it from papers, literature, you are not taking it from your own mind unless you are writing your discussion. In this case, you have to interpret what's your result, and then you are your own point, and then you compare it or contradict it with someone else. In general, in writing, when you write, no matter which type of writing you are using it, you have to read first. The moment that you read, without understanding what you are reading, you cannot start writing. So that's most of the time that to be a good writer, you need to be a good reader. So in this case, you have to read a lot. The moment that you read, let's say you read 5, 10 papers in a specific topic, you want to talk about it, or you want to do a research on it, sorry, you have to go up and search a literature. Let's say that, okay, I don't know, I just use ResearchPal, or I don't know even much about this topic. I go to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT give me overview and give me other options, or went again like ResearchPal, and ResearchPal give me, oh, these are good literature. And then you select the papers, you select 10 papers about that, and then you read all these 10 papers. You understood well what you can extract, what is the gap there, will you fill that gap or not? So you have all these things. You can just click on dictate and speak it loudly, and then it will be typed there. You can take that one, restructure it the way that you want. But each one, when you use a roadmap or outline, it will be easier for you. How come? Like in each one, you can select most of the time that people who start this early, I just recommend for them to use something called model paper. What does model paper means? You have to find a paper that's similar to your paper. And this paper also have to be from the same journal that you would like to submit to. This will make your life literally easier. The structure will be the same, then you will find that, oh, it will be easier for me, it's well related to, and then I can write it. That doesn't mean you copy paste it at the same way, but when you read that and you understand it, when you just speak it loudly, what you understood from that thing, it will be the same thing that you would like to add it. In this case, it wouldn't be AI. So most of the time, what I said, do not go directly to AI. If you go, let's say if you go directly to AI to ask, let's say the things that you just found in ResearchPal, you don't take it as it is blindly and bring it. You take it from there, make sure, double check the articles that they are there. The articles are the same, everything is the same. Okay, it has been extracted from there. What I mean by extracting, you can take the same text and just go to AI detector. One of the things that I don't believe is AI detector. Why? I find it, this is my personal opinion, they are just for commercial use. Because it's still even Turnitin, it gives false positive. What does false positive mean? That it's not that much accurate and the efficacy is not that much, because what is provided there, it might be my own tone of writing, is still, it gives me that, oh, it is not yours. It could be, and that could be a disaster because still they're working on that. So when you take that from, let's say, take it from ResearchPal or each SciSpace or whichever, which has its own, retain back to the paper, read it first, make sure that has been extracted from there. And then what you have to do is you have to read to understand and then change that, modified by your own tone, because what makes you really unique is your own tone of writing. So by this way, you can. So you can, some people, they used, I think, Quillpult for paraphrasing. I'm not that much using it, but I have tested multiple paraphrasing tools. I have tested Paperpal, I have tested SciSpace, I have tested also Quillpult. I found Quillpult is the best one, specifically when it's come to AI detector. When I have been already detect each one of them, Quillpult was a good one. It wasn't detected that much. That doesn't mean you have to rely on it 100%. It's like when you use quotation, they recommend for you use quotation, but you don't overuse it, because if you overuse it, that means you didn't write anything. So the same thing for paraphrasing, do not overuse it. Try to add your own tone as much as you can. A simple way to do it, understand what is there, and then you say it the way that you're saying it, type it down, and then after you type it down, go and give it to Grammarly, to Paperpal, to take their grammar, and then this is the first step, has been done. Give it to someone else, that person it could be someone that's not related to your field. If that person is really understanding it, because when we're writing as writers, but we don't write for like as readers. But you have to make sure that, okay, you also have to try it as reader, because you are writing it and it sounds perfect, but when someone come and read that thing, it doesn't make any sense for them. They feel confused or something like that. That's why like they should be second eye every time to read what you're going. So I think this is a way that you can use it to reduce the plagiarism by not relying 100%, trying to edit it, use it, try to use synonyms, try to understanding phrase. And the more you read, the more you will write, and you will know. I know it's not easy, but I think these tools can help you. But just be good to know how to use these tools in correct way, the way that you want it, and like let's consider it as ethical way. So yeah, I'm not sure if I answer your question, but I
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
I
Thank you
did.
so much. Thank you so
You're
much. Thank you so much, Arvind. And one more thing, I'm very much interested to listen more topics, more talk about more talks related to this kind of topics. If you can add me, I just get the information of this session through a group of authors aid. So if you can share these kind of sessions to me, I really want to join these kind of sessions in future endeavors. Again, thank you so much for your
Yeah, you are
comprehensive
most welcome.
proposal.
Of
Thank you so
course,
much.
sure. I think Asa, she's always sharing these things. If you're in the group, you won't miss that. Don't worry, because I'm part of AuthorAID, the steward. So any session that we were on, of course, we will try to just let people to reach it. So yeah, thank you for your question. Before we move to another question, would like to show you exactly what's the report of Paperpal. As you can see here, it showed me that, oh, your abstract is too long. They said that it's longer than recommended. It should be 0 to 200. So for me, this doesn't make sense. Why? Because 200 words is very, very, very few. And at the same time, if you have to compare this to your journal, because each journal has its own guidelines. So this you might not take it in consideration, leave it and go to next. Missing data access statement, it should be like all relevant data are within the paper at supporting information file, and missing findings statement, for example, the funders, the blah, blah. It's also, sometimes things could make sense for you, sometimes it's not. They said too many old referencing, and it depends. Like if you are really using too much old references, in this case, what you have to do is that you have to make latest one. But sometimes the topic itself, it requires, if specifically you're talking about history, in this case, you have to use old one, or methods, or the way of sample size that you really need it. In this case, it should be the old one or old referencing. Missing word count, this is one that it's not really necessary. And then this is the most important one, readability, the language, and quality, and blah, blah, blah. These people already have submitted. So as you can see here, this is the abstract. It highlighted different things, and it will give you a comment. The same thing that have been summarized above, it will give you a comment, oh, these things like that. And if you see these words in red, it gave me options of just changing it every time, like the methods and blah, 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 and until the end. So yeah, that's simply the report if you would like to use it. So you can use it after you're writing your paper. Make sure you already write, revise, review it, and then give it to Paperpal or Grammarly, check your grammar. And after that, you can check the readiness. Before checking the readiness, you can talk to someone, review it with your colleague or any other person. So yeah, I think that's it. And we will move. We have, I think, 2 minutes. But if there are some other questions, I can just hear it. I will try to check if there are some questions in the chat.
Uh, can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Yeah, ma'am, as you shared 2 to 3 tools in your presentation, can you suggest for the early researchers which tool should we subscribe? As you know, all the tools where we charge, all are subscription based. So as an early researcher, or as I feel myself, as I see myself to pursuing my master of my PhD education, so which tool should I subscribe now so that I can get better hands-on on it or become more productive in my research writing?
Okay, because I'm using specific tools. one of the things that I wouldn't recommend for someone to use that tool is the best or that tool is the best. You have to figure it by yourself. Why? Because I might give you like, oh, Paperpal is my favorite. To be honest, Paperpal is my favorite. And then Space, ResearchPal, somehow. But for example, I'm not using ChatGPT in my writing at all. My friend, she's using it and she loves it. But at the same time, for me, no, ChatGPT not. I'm using it for brainstorming, try to figure out topic, try to make some confusion. But at the same thing, I'm using Elicit more Space also. I love it because it have other options. So you have to try each tool, and then by yourself, the more you try, you will figure out, oh, I need this, I don't need this. And at the end, you can just like subscribe in one rather than all of them. For example, the only one I'm subscribing on it now, what I mean by now, for example, I need this tool for this thing. For example, if I really need a tool to write my thesis, I will go for ResearchPal because I can write a lot of literature there for my thesis. But for my paper, I don't need it. I can use only just Paperpal to structure my paper, and then I use it. For example, I can just rely on the free version of ResearchPal rather than the paid one. While ResearchPal, that is not that much, but I'm always prefer Paperpal. So you have to go and practice it and try to find which one that suits you the best and select from them. And it's still, it all these tools keep improving. For example, Elicit, previously they don't have something called research report. Now they have it. They have previously something that they already have been deleted was related to the research questions. So for now, because most of the students, they don't have that much money. For now, one of the good things to start with KaiSquares. Why? Because it's for free. You can create your research questions, objective, edited them from there. Try to find a gap. ResearchKit can helps you also to detect your research questions and retrieve it from the literature and tell you that, oh, this question has been answered or not. And then you can take that one to make sure. But still, you can figure out by your own that you find it and detect, like use papers insights and try to find the gap there. That's a real gap that you'll find it, or a problem in your. So if it's a real problem that hasn't been solved, that means it's a gap. And then that's research gap, you have it. You go to like Chi-Square, create your research question, objectives from there, write your proposal there. You went like halfway. If you use survey, you can still create your survey in that Chi-Square using quantitative way. And then if you use your interview, so you can use all these things together. And after that, collect your data, and then you move on. And then each one of them, you can use it like, oh, in writing, I'm going to use this tool. In analysis, yes, if you want it, you can use Julius and blah, 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 blah. So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
You're
much
most welcome.
for your detailed answer. Thank you.
You're welcome. Someone is asking, will it be counted as AI generated if I send my writing to ChatGPT to review? One of the things that I have tried is I have started writing my own paper from my thesis using ChatGPT. How? I gave it ChatGPT prompt that you do not. And ChatGPT has one of the things. ChatGPT, Cloud, and Gemini, they have something called project. You can create your own project. It's private project. Maybe we can talk about that in other session. And then you can close that project to yourself. In this case, what will happen? ChatGPT, it will not give you any AI generated. It will just extract everything from the PDF that you provided. So in this case, if you are providing any text to ChatGPT, make sure 100% to ask it good question and write a prompt, that right prompting that you have to extract. You are not allowed to, you have to save the copyright of this text. You are not allowed to store or share this data or use it in the analysis data. Most of the time I'm using it. And when I detect it, it gives me the same thing that has been extracted from my own, and it won't change it. When I detect it, it's not AI generated. And still, as I told you, I'm not really believing in AI detectors. So if you really want to use, the best one that they said is, I think, originality. And this originality is paid one. And all of them, I think they are paid one. So yeah, unless you can detect also the journal, which one they use to detect AI. In this case, it's okay. Or you can highlight for them the journal. If you used AI, if you use it for structuring, for grammar checking languages or something like that, or real, because they don't accept that. I don't know if there's other. I think that's it. I don't see any other questions. How can one make use of AI? Scientific research laboratory analysis of samples. Okay, honestly, I have been in a lab in my in my bachelor. In my master, I haven't been in a lab at all. In my PhD also, I'm not most of the time working on primary data or secondary data or something like that. But because I asked most of my friends, I realized that we are using, I'm not saying it, but in public health epidemiology, most of the time we use advanced analysis. We use, while people in the lab, most of the time, they use analysis related to ANOVA, MANOVA, KaiSquares, something like that, comparison in relationship with. So these things are not that much for me, or they use specific software for analysis. So I'm not familiar with which tools for analysis in that, because even Julius, they used R and they use also what that one? I really forgot the other programming language, Python.
Python.
Analysis, yeah, in the analysis. But for laboratory, I'm sorry, I don't know much about it, but if it's just like not that advanced analysis in this case, you can use just normal software. You can use R, you can use specifically for chi-squares or ANOVA or something like that. Or if you're using Prism, I'm not sure if you know Prism, because I have also used Prism. Prism is really good. You can just add your information, then say ask what you want, and then it can analyze it for you. Suggest a source from where we can make our manuscript AI by using free. Okay, how can you make? I think that's it. The recording will be shared. I think if not next week, it will be, I think Arthur can add more on this. Yeah, because they have to review it. So the recording will be shared. Don't worry about it. Yes, I think that's it. If there is no question, we are done for our session. Arthur, are you here? Because I can't see you.
Yeah, I'm here. I have been here the whole time. It was a very fun, informative webinar. Thank you so much yet
You're
once
welcome.
again. Yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining in. The recording will be shared on our YouTube. Since this is Zoom registration, we can't send the recording to you, but um, please make sure to follow us on YouTube so that you have access to multitude of resources that we have on YouTube, not just this webinar, but also the part 1 of this webinar, along with many other resources. And thank you so much for being such an wonderful learners. It is very fun to listen to the conversation. And Nafisa, thank you so much. I will see you guys in other live events. We do many massive open online courses throughout the year, so make sure you follow us. We also have monthly live events, tea time with AuthorAID, and webinars that we do on regular basis. Make sure you come in those programs also. We'd love to have you there. And if you want to facilitate any of those sessions, if you are expert at something, just email me and let me know if you want to facilitate some of our programs. This is our platform, our community, and we do things for each other. So make sure you stay in touch. And thank you so much. Thank you, Nafisa. Thank you, everybody. Have a great
Thank
weekend.
you. I'm sorry,
Bye-bye.
just mention one thing before you close. There was someone, Glory, I think Glory, I already promised you. I'm not sure if you're in the group, but if you're in AuthorAID group, you can find me there. You can just type like Nafisa, I will just show up. So
Yep.
because I promise you that I will create the proposal for you, you can just contact me. I'm not sure if Gloria is still here. You can just, because if you cannot access, I'm going to share my LinkedIn here, and then you can access me via LinkedIn maybe.
Okay. She also has my email. If she emails me,
Oh,
I
yeah.
will connect with her. Okay.
Yes, I think that would be great.
Yep.
All
Thank you
right,
so
then.
much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Have a good
See you.
weekend.
See you.
Bye. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.